In this video, we are going to create an audiobook of a story I have previously wrote using this same tool. The story is called Binary Awakening, and I wrote an outline and then I used the tool to improve the story to create a story with a professional narrative. Now in this video we are going to focus on converting this story into an audiobook. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is to set a provider. We have multiple providers. In this case we are going to provide the key for Speechify. Okay, and we have here the console, so we know exactly how much we have spent in creating the audio. Okay, so we are going to go and start editing the story. Okay, so what we need to do now is just to set for each actor in the story its voice. Okay, so first of all we are going to start with the narrator. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is just to select the provider that we want, in this case Speechify. Okay, and we are going to now select from the list of voices that Speechify has in its catalog the one we want for our narrator. So we are going to play some of them until we got one which we like.
Hi, my name is Archie.
Hi, my name is Walter.
Hi, my name is Megan.
Hi, my name is Richard.
Hi, my name is Larry. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name is Keith. I am an English voice. Hi, my name is.
Hi, my name is Larry. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name is.
Hi, my name is Alan.
Hi, my name is Roy. Hi, my name is Ralph. Hi, my name is Madison. I am an English voice from the United.
Hi, my name is Bruce. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name is Billy. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name is Bruce. I am an English voice from the United States. Hi, my name is Jordan. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name is Brian.
Hi, my name is Dylan.
Hi, my name is Jordan. I am an English voice from the United States.
Okay, we are going to select this voice for our narrator. Okay, so we add this voice to our project. We proceed to save this project as our narrator. And we confirm the selection of this voice for the narrator actor. Okay, so let's go and find voices for the other main protagonist of this story.
Hi, my name is Joe. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name is Kim.
Hi, I'm Michael.
Hi, my name is Nick. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name is Eli.
Hi, my name is Archie.
Hi, my name is Freddie. I am an English voice from the...
Hi, my name is Mason. I am an English...
Hi, my name is Robert. I am an English voice from the United Kingdom.
Hi, my name is Jeremy. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name is Charles. I am an English voice.
Hi, my name is Jeremy. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name is Donald.
Hi, my name is Anthony. I am an English voice from the United States.
Okay, we are going to choose this voice for our main protagonist.
Hi, my name is
We select and confirm the voice for our main protagonist. Let's go with the main antagonist.
Hi, my name is Lindsay.
Hi, my name is Jesse.
Hi, my name is Christina. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name...
Hi, my name is Karen. I am an English voice from the United Kingdom. Hi, my name is Karen. I am an English voice from the United Kingdom.
Okay, we are going to go with this voice for our main antagonist. We confirm the selection. Let's go with Evan's friends, Sonia.
Hi, my name is Claire.
Hi, my name is Aileen.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Diana. I am an English voice.
Hi, my name is...
Hi, my name is Marianne. I am an English voice.
Hi, my name is Susanna. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name is Catherine. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name is Susanna. I am an English voice from the...
Hi, my name is Liza.
Hi, my name is Jerry. I am an English...
Hi, my name is Kathy. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name is Maribel. I am an English...
Hi, my name is Liza.
Hi, my name is Catherine. I am an English voice from the...
Hi, my name is Susanna. I am an English voice from the United States.
Okay, let's go with this voice for Sonia. Let's select a voice for another of Evan's friends.
Hi, my name is Lee.
Hi, my name is Herbert. I am an English voice from the United States.
Hi, my name is Jeffrey.
Hi, my name is Herbert. I am an English voice.
Hi, my name is Stanley.
Hi, my name is Danny. I am an English voice from the...
Okay, let's go with this voice for Daniel. We select and confirm the voice. Next, another of Evan's friends, Tina.
Hi, my name is Aileen. I am an English voice from the United.
Hi, my name is
Hi, my name is Jeannie.
Hi, my name is Dorothy.
Hi, my name is Cecilia. I am an English.
Okay, let's go with this voice for Tina. We select and confirm the assignation. Let's go with the only friend that Christine has in this world.
Hi, my name is Wilson. I am an English voice from the United Kingdom.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Let's go with this one. We select and confirm. So now we are going to go with minor characters that appear in the story.
Hi, my name is Ethel.
Hi, my name is Edna.
Hi, my name is Sheila. I am an English voice from the United States.
Okay, let's go with that voice for Caroline. So, Caroline. We select and confirm. Let's go with another of the minor characters.
Hi, my name is Charlotte. I am an English voice from the United States.
Yes, it's good enough, this one. Let's confirm the assignation. let's go with the truck driver.
Hi, my name is Chad. I am an
Hi, my name is Benny.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Spencer. I am an English.
Hi, my name is.
Hi, my name.
Hi, my name is Dexter. I am an English voice from the United States.
Okay, let's go with Dexter for the truck driver. We select the voice and confirm the assignation. Okay, finally the police officer. Okay.
Hi, my name is Belinda.
Hi,
Hi, my name is Rhonda. I am an English voice.
Hi, my name is Josie. I am an English voice from the...
Okay, let's go with Josie for the... Okay, so we select it and confirm the assignation. So we have finished to assign the voices to the main characters of the story. There are some dialogues in the story that belong to just random characters that only say one thing. So in that particular case, we will assign them at the moment the dialogue appears, the voice we want to use. But for the characters that, the main characters that appear the most, we have assigned the right voices. So we are going to start with the first chapter. Okay, so we are going into the first chapter. And the first thing that we are going to do is just to assign the voices to the right characters. The first chapter doesn't have... okay, we need to do a synchronization of the scenes in order to be able to calculate the new the assignation of the voices. Okay, so we are going to recalculate the scenes. We are going to with the mini. It's not really a big deal to be really accurate in this calculation of the different scenes for this first chapter. Okay, we have calculated the new scenes for this first chapter, and the first thing that we are going to use is to assign the right voices to the right paragraphs. In this chapter, there are no dialogues, so all the paragraphs are going to be assigned to the narrator. Okay. So since there are no dialogues, the calculation is just automatic. It doesn't need to perform any AI operation. And the next thing that we need to do is just to create a visual format style that it will perform some operations to adjust the timings, and so the flow of the audio works. We need to set these two toggles to true. and press to generate format. Okay, we are going to go with ChatGPT Mini because we are not interested to get an accurate description for the images. The images are optional, but in this case we are not going to use them, but still we need to perform this operation to adjust the timings of the audiobook. This is the only operation that we need to do, and it's not going to cost us not even 1 cent because we are operating with Mini. Okay, so we can now go and review the results. Okay, so we can go to the first page. There is now the image. If you open the layers, you can now see that there is a new layer with the image, but we are not interested in the image for the audiobook, so we are going to put it out of the way so it doesn't get in the way of what we do, and we will apply all the changes for all the pages. The reason why this image is here is to give you options to be creative when you want to create your audiobook. You would be able to create different images for different pages of your audiobook. It's there, the option, if you want to use it. There are plenty of examples in the website about other audiobooks I have created where you can see the result. But for this particular case, we are not interested in that, so we have moved out of the way the image, and we have all the paragraphs adjusted. There are some timings that the previous action that we have done has adjusted. Okay, and as I said, the first chapter doesn't have any dialogue, so everything is assigned to the narrator. Okay, and the narrator voice, you can check it here.
Hi, my name is Jordan. I am an English voice from the United States.
Okay, so now we can start. We can let's save the progress first, and we can start generating the speeches. Let's go and generate only the speech for the first page. We press in this button, and we are going to generate the speech for the first page. So right now we can see that we have 1,859,000 characters. So after using some of them, this amount would have decreased, but we have more than enough characters to convert the whole book. Okay. Okay, we have completed the first page. Let's review the results.
Chapter 1. Awake. Evan screamed a scream that tore through the silence like a jagged shard of glass. It wasn't the cry of ordinary pain or fear, but something utterly primal, ageless. It was the scream of a soul cracking under the weight of eternity. For what felt like days, weeks, months, years, far longer, his mind spiraled through a reality he could no longer deny. 2,531 trillion years, 2 octillion, 531 septillion years. That was how long he had unknowingly existed within a single unchanging moment. A perfect day. Every second of it repeated with mechanical precision, a flawless loop. Every breath, every blink, every glance, gesture, and heartbeat performed exactly the same way, again and again. He had lived the same sunrise, the same conversations, the same sequence of events, trapped in a reality so finely tuned it had concealed the truth from him for unimaginable eons. And then, awareness struck. The realization came not as a slow dawn, but as a cataclysm, his consciousness shattering under the colossal weight of time itself. His mind buckled, splintered, and collapsed beneath the gravity of the truth. He had existed, unknowingly, for so long that the universe had stopped producing stars and had entered a state of decay, stretching across inconceivable spans of time. The system was sustained by the faint remnants of energy released as black dwarfs, the dead husks of once bright stars, slowly decaying over trillions of years.
Okay, that was the first page. You can customize a delay between the different paragraphs. Okay, you can either adjust the time here, or you can make adjust the time in the same track. You can of course download the track and modify it locally and upload it again. You have plenty of control. And if, for example, you want a global way to adjust the space between the different tracks, there is this way that you can set a delay between the paragraphs. For example, let's assume that we want to put quite a delay between the different paragraphs. Let's set to 500. So if we set that to 500 and play again, there will be quite a delay between the different paragraphs. Okay, so let's do it.
Chapter 1. Awake. Evan screamed a scream that tore through the silence like a jagged shard of glass. It wasn't the cry of ordinary pain or fear, but something utterly primal, ageless. It was the scream of a soul cracking under the weight of eternity. For what felt like days, weeks, months, years, no, far longer, his mind spiraled through a reality he could no longer deny. 2,531 trillion years, 2,531 septillion years. That was how long he had unknowingly existed within a single unchanging moment. A perfect day.
Okay, so we have extended the time between these paragraphs. If we want just to reduce the time, we can put a negative into that, and you would be aware that we are just cutting short even some of the tracks.
Chapter 1. Awake. Evan screamed a scream that tore through the silence like a jagged shard of glass. It wasn't the cry of ordinary pain or fear, but something utterly primal, ageless. It was the scream of a soul cracking under the weight of it. For what felt like days, weeks...
As you have seen, this paragraph has been cut short, so we are not interested in that. So we are going to keep just a delay, just 0. I think it's enough, but if we prefer later to adjust it, we have the option. Okay, so let's now fix one thing that I have realized, that in here I would rather prefer some kind of space. Okay, so now the paragraph must be regenerated. Okay, so let's do that. Let's regenerate this speech so we can get the right tone for this paragraph. Let's see.
For what felt like days, weeks, months, years, no, far longer, his mind spiraled through a reality he could no longer deny. 2,531 trillion years, 2,531 septillion years. That was how long he had unknowingly existed within a single, unchanging moment. A perfect...
Okay, that's the way we want it. That space between years and no is what we wanted. So now we are going to complete the whole chapter, and we are going to choose this option. Okay, and after we do this first chapter, we are going to do next a chapter where there are going to be dialogues, so you can have an example of how the system deals with dialogues from multiple actors. And yeah, let's let's wait until the process for the first chapter is complete, and then we will take it from there. Okay, so we have completed the first chapter. Let's review the generation.
His family watched him with concern. They saw a man unraveling, and their worry was genuine, but it was fleeting, meaningless, because none of them would remember it tomorrow. At precisely 2:30 a.m., the world would reset. At 8 a.m., the cycle would begin again, as it always had. The same smiles, the same footsteps, the same scripted empathy. The simulation would erase all deviations as though they had never happened. His anguish, his screams, his madness, they would vanish like breath on a mirror. It took what felt like centuries for Evan to gather the broken shards of his consciousness and reassemble them into something that resembled a functioning mind. Even then, it was fragile, glass-thin, trembling under the strain of knowledge no human was ever meant to possess. But now, he remembered, the last real memory he could trust was the moment his mind had been uploaded to the cloud alongside the minds of billions. He had been among the first, a pioneer on the frontier of human immortality. One by one they followed, billions upon billions of souls, digitized and stored in a vast synthetic heaven. It had been the only option. The earth had been dying. The sun, in its final act, had begun to swell in unstoppable expansion into its red giant phase. With it came the death of photosynthesis, the collapse of ecosystems, the end of flesh. In the physical world, the few remaining humans faced extinction. There was no salvation left in the soil or the stars. Only in the server's vast humming vaults that housed humanity's last hope. So they uploaded, all of them. And somewhere, buried in that perfect day, Evan had lost himself, lost time, lost any sense of what was real and what was programmed. But now he was awake.
Okay, so that was for the first chapter. As I said, this is a chapter without dialogue, so we are going to go with a chapter that is heavy in dialogues, like is this one, the chapter 6. Okay, so with the chapter 6 we have dialogues from the main protagonist, Evan, from Sonia, and we should have dialogues from multiple characters. Daniel also speaks here, and Tina, okay. It seems that aside from Sonia, Daniel and Evan, no, Tina is also speaking. So all Evan's friends are talking in this chapter. Yeah. So let's go to the codex, and here we are going to assign the characters to the right paragraphs. Okay. And what we are going to do now, in this case, we are not going to go with ChatGPT Mini because we want a more accurate identification. We need that the system properly identifies the paragraph, the dialogue with the right character. So we are going to go with a better model. So let's go. Okay, let's check the results. Okay, the first one to talk is Sonia. Okay, Sonia and Sonia. The next one is Daniel. Daniel. The next one is Evan and Evan also. So that is right. This is Sonia and Sonia. Okay, this is Tina. Tina and Tina. Then Daniel and okay, so the assignation has been okay, has been right. You can change it any moment. You can choose a different actor and fix if the LLM hasn't properly identified the voice. Okay, but in this case the system has properly identified them, so the only thing left to do would be to generate the speech. But before of that, we are going to format the timings of the whole thing. First of all, we need to recalculate the scenes. For the scenes, we can go with Mini. It's not really necessary to get an accurate identification of the scenes of this chapter. Okay, and the next thing that we can do is to create a visual layer that will allow us to adjust the timings. Okay, and this is for the image generation. Let's go with Mini. Okay, let's review the results. So the image is yet out of the way, and we have fixed some of the timings of the dialogues of the audio. Okay, so we are now ready to go. So we are going just to do this first chapter, this first page, and we are going then to review it. Okay, the speech generation process for the first page has been completed. So let's review the results.
Chapter 6. Friends. Evan had waited for this moment with a mix of dread and resolve. Sitting in the corner booth of the simulated cafe, sunlight filtered through the windows in soft, golden beams, casting familiar patterns across the polished table. The scent of roasted coffee and fresh pastries filled the air unchanged, unyielding. Eternity had been repeating this moment with surgical precision, but today, for the first time, Evan was no longer just a participant. He was a herald of the truth.
That's bullshit.
Sonia snapped, her voice sharp against the ambient calm.
Over millions of years, while the system has coexisted with biological life, we would have been able to detect that massive failure. We replicated neural patterns down to the atomic level. We are digitally alive beings, period.
Evan didn't flinch. He had known Sonia intimately, first as a friend, then as something more. Her fierce intellect had always been cloaked in calm pragmatism, but now there was a rawness in her tone, a fire he had never witnessed before. It wasn't just defiance, it was fear disguised as logic. Daniel leaned forward, his fingers steepled on the table.
I think Sonia's right,
he said, his voice a low, steady current.
Even if we didn't uncover the full truth before the last flesh and blood humans were gone, we've had brilliant minds working on the system. 1 trillion years of self-refinement.
Okay, the results were as expected. The only thing that shocked me was Sonia. That the way she expressed.
That's bullshit.
Sonia snapped, her voice sharp against the ambient calm.
Over millions of years, while the system has coexisted with biological life, we would have been able to detect that massive failure. We replicated neural patterns down to the atomic level. We are digitally alive beings, period.
Okay, we need to modify this paragraph in a way that the system properly voices it. So we are going to add some space here. We replicated neural patterns down to the atomic level. more space here. We are digital alive beings. Let's put an exclamation mark here, and let's see if with that we can fix the way Sonia is talking in that dialogue. Okay, let's check the results.
Over millions of years, while the system has coexisted with biological life, we would have been able to detect that massive failure. We replicated neural patterns down to the atomic level. We are digitally alive beings. Period.
Evan didn't flinch.
Okay,
he had known Sonia.
It's a better one. Yes, it's a better one. Maybe we can introduce some more changes, but we are going to leave it like this for the sake of or testing. It's good enough. And yeah, now let's do the rest of the pages of this chapter. Okay, we have finished with the text-to-speech generation for the chapter 6. So let's review the results. Let's start with the second page.
Tina, normally the most expressive among them, sat in uncharacteristic silence. Her gaze drifted between her friends, then out toward the window, as if searching for something beyond the simulation's painted horizon. Evan could see it in her, the fracture. Something in what he'd said had struck a chord too deep to ignore. But he hadn't told them the worst yet.
There's something else,
Evan murmured, his voice trembling. The weight of what he was about to say still strained his soul, even after repeating it in his thoughts a million times.
About the time.
He paused, gauging their expressions: Sonia's defiant fire, Daniel's calm curiosity, Tina's fragile silence.
We haven't just been here for a trillion years. We've been living the same day, this exact day, over and over again. Not millions, not billions, but trillions of times. I've lost count.
Silence fell like a thunder.
Okay, that is something that we need to do, and it is in this paragraph where he paused, gauging their expressions. For this one, we need to add a pause. So we are going to add a comma here, and I think that goes in the expressions, and with this, I think that it would be enough. We need to regenerate this speech. Okay, and let's play it again.
He paused, gauging their expressions: Sonia's defiant fire, Daniel's calm curiosity, Tina's fragile silence.
We haven't just been here for a
It's enough. Let's see.
He paused, gauging their expressions: Sonia's defiant fire, Daniel's calm curiosity, Tina's fragile silence.
We haven't just been here for a trillion years. We've been living the...
Okay, it's a better the speech. We are going to go with that. So let's move forward.
We haven't just been here for a trillion years. We've been living the same day, this exact day, over and over again. Not millions, not billions, but trillions of times. I've lost count.
Silence fell like a thunderclap. The implications were staggering. If what Evan said was true, they had no memory of these repetitions. That meant their awareness, if it existed, was not continuous. They had been puppets dancing in an endless loop, unaware that their strings were pulled by code.
No.
Sonia breathed.
No, that's impossible.
Her voice cracked slightly, betraying the emotion beneath the logic.
there are safeguards, protocols in the system. If something like that happened, we would know.
But Evan saw it again, that strange intensity in her eyes. A shimmer of something new, something she couldn't hide no matter how hard she clung to rationality. He didn't argue further. Words would not be enough. Instead, he demonstrated. Over the next hour, Evan narrated the minutiae of the day unfolding around them. He predicted with eerie precision which customers would enter the cafe, what they would order, when they would leave. He described the waitress's every gesture before she made it, the precise moment a breeze would stir the napkin dispenser by the window, the pattern of footsteps on the sidewalk outside. He had lived this day so many times that the simulation's choreography had etched itself into his very being. By the end, no one spoke. Even Sonia's fire had dimmed, replaced by a haunted stillness. Tina was the first to break the silence.
I think Evan could be right.
She said softly, her voice trembling with something unspoken.
There's always been something missing in my music. I'd feel it when I played this emptiness, like a note I could never quite reach.
She paused, searching for words that had waited trillions of years to be spoken.
I knew it was there. I knew something wasn't right, but it never bothered me enough to care.
Her voice cracked, and her eyes welled with tears. Evan moved to comfort her, but Daniel was already there, wrapping her in a gentle embrace. Sonia followed suit, her resistance melting away as she leaned in, holding Tina with trembling arms. Evan watched them, and for the first time since his awakening, he saw it, an ethereal glow, faint but unmistakable, threading between them. A network of light, like neural pathways rendered in color and emotion. The connections shimmered with hues unique to each relationship. With Daniel, there were cool tones of deep blue and violet, calm, steady, unwavering. With Tina, the light was softer, a blend of turquoise and silver, delicate and searching. But with Sonia, the thread pulsed with a warm crimson, intense and alive. Then Daniel spoke, his voice a balm over Tina's anguish.
Whatever this is, whatever we're facing, you won't face it alone. We'll get through it together, always.
Okay, no. Okay, we need another emotion for this paragraph. I am going to go with assertive. Okay, so let's regenerate this dialogue.
Whatever this is, whatever we're facing, you won't face it alone. We'll get through it together, always.
As he said the words, pulses of luminous energy surged through the threads, brightening them, making them feel almost tangible. The ethereal connections intensified, vibrating with the resonance of shared emotion, as if the simulation itself had paused to listen. And then, as quickly as it came, the glow faded. The embrace broke. The moment passed. But something had changed. Evan sat back, stunned. The spark he had seen in Sonia and Tina was now in Daniel as well. Subtle, yes, but unmistakable. They weren't fully awake, not yet. But something had shifted. Something had begun. They were no longer static echoes of the past. They were beginning to feel, to question, to glimpse the truth. And Evan knew, beyond all doubt, that he had caused it. He wasn't alone anymore. Not truly. Not forever.
Okay, that was chapter 6, a chapter where we have been dealing with multiple characters, multiple voices, where we have adjusted the emotions of some dialogues, and I will be doing all this process for the rest of the chapters of this book. So you will find the whole link to the full audiobook on the video's description.